Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be sort of what I'll call a bench update. We're going to go over a couple models that I finished here recently. One of them is the Yamaha YZR M1 that I showed you here a while back, but it wasn't finished. I was just showing you where we were at as far as the progress on it. So we got it finished up, and I also finished up a little, what I'll call just a neat little thing. It's a road bike, sort of like you'd see at the Tour de France or something like that, the road race bicycles. But it's from Hobbitbike, and I've had one for probably about a year or so, and I thought, well, I'm just going to pull that thing out and build it real quick. It's sort of a quick build, more or less like a weekend build. But I also have another one, and I'm going to show you what the finished one looks like where I finished. And then I'm also going to go over and show you what comes actually in the kit, because like I said, I have another one that I'm probably going to do. So anyway, we're going to take a look at those two things. Then we're going to look at some markers where I just got some new ones on the market. And we're going to talk about some paint that I picked up here a while back when I got the markers. Probably won't do a review on that yet because I want to use them, but the markers I'm going to go ahead and show you. And then also some stuff I got from Matt Hickey. He's doing some 3D printed products now. Nothing to go on the models. It's actually stuff to use in your model building to make stuff a little bit simpler for you. We'll take a look at it. It's some airbrush holders, some paint holders, cement, little cement bottle holders, that kind of stuff. So we're going to look at some of the stuff I got from him. But anyway, thanks for all the update, thumbs up, likes, comments, and so forth, like I always say. But anyway, we're going to turn the camera around, and we're going to get looking at some of this stuff. So let's get building. Okay everybody, so again, welcome back to the channel. And the first one up we're going to look at on the bench review today here is the Yamaha YZR that I just finished here a week or two ago. Like I said, I showed you an update where we were pretty much up to the point that we were getting ready to put panels on it, but after adding the panels, it looks a whole lot better. I like all the detail under the panels. I wish you could sort of take your panels on and off quick, but they screw on, so you either pretty much got to leave the panels on or take them off. So anyway, it's a whole lot of, like I said, a lot of detail. The guys that build these Tamiya bikes, you'll know what I'm talking about. You cover up a whole lot of detail, but they just look a whole lot better once they're done. So anyway, this is the finished product. Like I said, it turned out really good. This is the second bike I've done. I've got a bunch of Tamiya bikes to do, but just getting the time to get to them. Got so many projects going on with everything else, like everybody knows. You always got a ton of projects and just trying to get time to do everything. So anyway, like I said, it turned out good. It does have the detail up kit on it from Tamiya, which has the metal forks and has some other metal features to it, some screen, and so forth. Probably in the future, when I do a bike, I'll probably be doing the carbon fiber kit. One of my buddies, Aaron Thomas, I call him the bike man because he does a ton of these bikes. And all his bikes look really, really good because they've got so much carbon fiber decal on them. And pretty much what he told me, if it's black, it's supposed to be carbon fiber. So probably in the future I'll be doing a carbon fiber sets on most of my bikes probably. So anyway, we're going to set this one off to the side and set this off, and I'm going to pull the bicycle up where I was talking about. Lay my bike over here without trying to tear it up. So anyway, the next up where I finished, and like I said, this is pretty much going to be a weekend build for most builders. It's really not a lot to it. Like I said, I'll show you here in a little bit when we when I open up the other one I have to show you the parts. But anyway, like I said, it builds up into a what I call a road bike. It's from Hobbit. and it is a 1/12 scale. Believe it or not, it is 1/12 scale. And like I said, it's they've got several different versions of it, and basically it's the same bike. They just give you different decals, and the decal sheet when it comes, it's made so that you can do different color schemes. So they give you different color decals which are the same, but depending on what color bike you decide to do is what decal you can use. And it's got some smaller decals. Let's see here. Trying to see if I can find one. Oh yeah, under the handlebar right here. It's got a lot of little or smaller decals, like that one on the handle, going down to the axles and all. But anyway, of course, this one's got two water bottles on it. It's got what would be your digital readout up here on top. Just of course, it's a decal. There's another decal. Some of these bikes they have a ton of decals on them. They have graphics and stuff like that. Let's see here. I'm going to show you there's a lot of photo etch on this kit, and I'm going to show you in particular back here on the sprockets back here. See if I can zoom in or out and get it clear. Yeah, right there. So see if I can get something to point to it where I'm talking about. But right there on the sprockets, all of that right there is a multi-piece photo etch, and you have to build all that up, and each one of those little gear selectors right there actually has a smaller piece in between it that's sort of like what I would call a spacer. So it's not that really that hard. It looks a little bit more complicated than what it is, but it's really not that hard to put together. You just have to take your time. It's got a small axle that runs across that you build it up on. So you're not just having it laying there on your workbench. You build it up on the axle. And I just put a real small drop of what I've got, some photo etch glue. And I just put a small, like, end of a toothpick and let it just enough to tack it. And but anyway, it builds up really simple. And it does come with the stand. Of course, I made the base for it. I use picture frames and paint them usually to the color of my model. And then, like the interior on a car, I used white here so it would show up on the green and black right here. But I make my own bases like that, just real quick stuff. But anyway, we're going to take a look at one here real quick in just a minute, as soon as I get the camera cut off and get everything set up, and show you how it turned, what it looks like when it comes in the box. Like I said, they are fun builds. The show I had it at in Simpsonville a couple weeks ago, I had a lot of people asking me where I found it at and where it came from. So they were interested in getting them. So anyway, we're going to cut the camera off here and get set up for the next part of the video. Okay everybody, so again, welcome back to the channel. And I've got the camera flipped around here, and first thing we're going to do is look at this Hobbitbike where I was talking about, the road bike. Like I said, it's from Hobbitbike, and I'll put a link to their website in the description of the video. Right here actually is the information, the website. Then they got, of course, Facebook page and so forth. So there's their social media and their website stuff. I'll leave it there for just a second if you want to write it down. But like I said, I'll have it in the description. And like I said, it comes in this nice little box. Everything is, they've got it in bubble wrap, all the packs. And like I said, here's the frame. I'm not going to take it out because it's taped up, and you can see right there, there's the front A forks, and then the body, the main frame, so forth. I'm going to leave it in the bag, but it comes in little bags like that. And then there's individual bags. Here's one of the tires and wheels. I just took one out to show you, but here's the other one. And like I said, they're all in. All the parts are in individual bags. But anyway, here's the one of the other wheels and tires where I was just showing you in the bag. It comes just your bare plastic. The metal spokes are already in both wheels. All you got to do is prime everything and then give it a good shot of whatever color wheel you want. The spokes and all, I painted black. The wheel, actually, on the one I did, I painted black as well. Most of them are like that because they're usually like a carbon or a lightweight material, so they are black. I used a metal, Tamiya metal primer before I painted everything instead of the regular primer, which I did go over it with the regular primer afterwards to make sure the spokes were primed really good. So I'll lay that to the side. Here's the little stand where it sits on. Again, just real simple. Paint that up ever how you want, body collar or something separate, and then like that. And what I did, the way I had it on my frame, I didn't show you over there, but I'd put some Velcro on the bottom of it right here, and then I had another small piece of Velcro on the white felt where I had in my frame. So when I show it, I can set it down and it locks in place. And then when I get ready to pack it back up, I can pull this up off of the other piece of Velcro and then lay it in the where I got my box I packed my stuff up in. So anyway, because it'll stand up pretty good, but at the shows, you know how it is, you don't trust it. Here's the smaller parts. I'm going to try to zoom in some on this. Like I said, you've got the 2 water bottles. Let's see here if I can hold one up. Let's see, zoom back out a little bit. And there's the water bottles. I've got 2 of those. I'm probably not going to pick all these parts up because it'd be my luck I'll drop them. Again, here's the seat. Like I said, the seat right there. Here's part of the front pedal section on the part that's got the drivetrain on it and all, that goes back to your sprockets, your chain and all. This up here is another section of where the pedal attaches. And let's see here. These are your 2 brake levers for your front handlebar and all. You have 2 of these. They mount, like I said, to the handlebar. Let's see here. Here's a pedal, another pedal. Again, they're small, but that's your 2 pedals, foot pedals that they attach. Right here is the piece I was showing you that comes off the handlebar. That's where your decal will go on. It has like what would be like a smartphone or either your digital readout and so forth. It comes with a wire right here. And this wire right here actually runs from your brakes, both the front and the back. You cut this section off of this right here, and it runs up to the from your brakes up to the handlebar. There's a little like hole in your handlebar, and apparently the real road bikes like these V bicycles, the cables and all run up through the handlebar to well, through the bike up through the handlebar to your brake handles, so they're not exposed and all. I know a buddy of mine down in Simpsonville said it looked neat if it had cables. So it actually does, but you just don't see them that good. So I may actually go ahead on the next one after like talking to him about it and add the cable where to be exposed, where you can see the cable. I think it would add to it. May not be like the actual real bike, but I think it'll look a little bit better. You can always like zip tie them to the handles and so forth. So I may do that to make it look a little bit better. These other 4 pieces right here are actually part of the brakes. These 2 pieces right here are where I was talking about the cable I was just talking about. They come from here and then go up through the body of the bike up to the handlebar. And then again, these 2 pieces right here are another part of the braking system. One is the front and one is the rear. So like I said, there's not a ton of parts on this bike. Simple build. Again, like I said, a weekend build if you just wanted something quick and easy. Here's the decal sheet for this one. And like I said, all these bikes, they've got it taped, so I'm not going to untape it. But as you can see, there's the graphics for this one. And oh wait, see, the tape's coming loose right there. I can pull it up. Okay, how about that? Alright, so anyway, there's the decal sheet. As you can see, they've got different colors. They got the black and the white, and then multicolored different things, depending on what color bike you're going to use. These 4 pieces right here actually go up on the front braking system. That simulates like the depth of the brakes and gives it that look of the depth of it. Cause I remember from the one I built. And then, like I said, these others are just sponsor decal. Not so much sponsor, but the company that built the bike, and so forth, so forth. Just different decals for that. So there's the decal sheet. They always give you a sticker to just mount wherever you want to. Put it up on your wall or your desk or your cabinet, whatever. They always, whatever bike you order, they give you that. And then here's the photo etch sheet where I was talking about. And again, right here is this full chain. It's all one piece right there, and it mounts. Here's your front and rear brake for your, goes inside your wheels. Again, these other pieces are part of the braking system as well. If I can get it right here. And then right here, all these pieces right here where I was talking about is what makes that big sprocket where I was showing you on the back. And there's the little spacers. Actually, I'm not seeing the spacers on this one. Huh. The one that I built, that I showed you that I completely built, it had little spacers that went between these. So I guess this one builds up a little bit different than the one I was showing you. I just now noticed that. But anyway, these pieces right here, they just start with the smallest one and go up to the biggest one, the way you hold it upside down. So anyway, it's real, it looks really neat when you get done, like I showed you and all. So let me throw these parts in one of these bags real quick before I lose them, before I show you some of this other stuff I wanted to show you where I was talking about. Let's see here. I don't want to lose none of these little parts, that's for sure. And I'll also show you, I didn't pull them out, I left them in the bag. I don't think you're going to be able to see them, but I will try to show you this other wheel. Okay, let's see here. If I can get them shaken down to the bottom. Right here in the corner of the bag, and like I said, I don't think you're going to be able to see them, is actually the, well, there's one right there. They're actually the valve stems for the tires. And there's actually 4 that come with this one right here. They give you 2 extra because I guess they figure you're going to drop 1 or 2 of them. So anyway, it does have valve stems that I don't think you can see it. No, you can't see it on the box. But anyway, the valve stems does come with it. Just that added little extra detail. So let me pull this stuff out of the way here real quick, guys. Sorry about that. Make some room here so I can, oh, let me show you the instruction sheet real quick too. Here's the instruction sheet. Again, real simple. Starts with starting to put your chain together up here. Here's where you put that sprocket and all together right here. And then again, some more pieces of the front where the pedal mounts and all. And then you start putting the sprocket and on the rear tire. The other side, the brake and sprocket over there. And basically the first several steps are just building the front and rear tires and brakes system. Then you get down here to step 6. That's when you start putting your body together, if you want to call it a body, your frame, I guess. Your front A forks, of course your handlebars, add your grab handles up here, your brake handles, and start putting some of the smaller brake parts on this side that hold the braking system. Then you start, and right here it shows the black wire right here. where it goes up in the body or the frame from the braking system. Start putting your water bottles on. Again, there's not a lot of parts you're going to have to put on this thing. Probably the hardest part, and it's not that difficult, it looks difficult, but it's probably the whole thing, it's the hardest part, is getting this chain and all hooked up, because it's got to go around this sprocket back here, and then getting the photo etch pulled and tugged just right so everything lines up on this front sprocket and this rear sprocket so everything looks good, because down here, the way that photo etch is made, it's all formed just the way it needs to be, but you have to tweak it just a little bit sometimes. If you know how photo etch will bend or just stretch a little bit, so that's the hardest part, but it's not as difficult as it looks. It's really not that bad. Just take your time, it'll work out and everything's good. And then of course your last step, step number 9, you're putting it on your holder to set it up. So here's like I said, a breakdown of the parts. Again, right there's a picture of everything laid out. Here's your picture of the 4 ways it can be built. As you can see, the decals are different, and this right here, front and back, shows you where decals go on it. They've got them numbered, and like I said, there's different variations, and you can combine the variations to your liking. So just, you know, that's up to you. Scroll out here just a little bit. So again, that's the paperwork on it, the instructions and the decal thing. So now let's see, let's look at some markers real quick. I just picked these up here recently. They're a water-based acrylic ink markers from I think it's pronounced Gallery is how they're pronounced. And this set of markers right here are 10 metallic colors, and they're aluminum, stainless steel, dark iron, gunmetal, zirconium black, red copper, dark gold, scorched gold, and flashy gold. And they're pretty nice. I haven't actually used them on a model yet, but I've been let's see, I had one open. I don't know which one I have, but I may start one here to show you real quick. I'll just pull one out. But anyway, I didn't have one started. I have one started, but I don't know which one it was now. But anyway, they have these little small tips on them, and basically you have to prime it like any other marker and so forth. So you would shake it a little bit, and then you have to hold it up to let the air out of it, pull the marker down like that, and that releases the air out of it, and then it'll start running down. And it's got a really good these would be great for like engine stuff and suspension stuff, small details, small parts on like, because I do automotive stuff, as you all well know. So anyway, this would be great for that kind of small stuff on engines, suspensions, even down some of the interior pieces, on dashes, door panels, seats, you know, some of your trim and all. But the amazing thing about these, like I said, it's just hard to find markers with these metallic collars like this. Most time they're just your basic collars. So anyway, they glide really smooth. If next time I do something or I get into a project, I'll try to show you what I do with one. But it shows like one of these, like sort of what I'd call like a Star Wars type figure or something other like that, or one of the Gundam type things. But anyway, they're really, really good markers. So anyway, I just want to show them, but I'll be using them. I've got some paint sets from these two that it's got some gloss collars and some automotive collars, but I'm not going to show you them just yet till I try them out. I want to see how they spray and all. They're pretty much gun ready basically, so I'll show you them when I get them out. The next thing up I wanted to show you is some stuff from Matt Hickey where I was talking about, and I'll pull this stuff over here. First thing up, he's got a couple different kind of airbrush holders. This one right here is for the ones that's got like a trigger. That's the kind of airbrush I use most of the time. And then he's also got them for like the regular airbrushes where you just, you know, what I call the regular. So it doesn't have this piece right here. It's just got this right here. But most time I use the trigger, so it's got this extra piece here. You can actually get all these pieces in multiple colors. He's got a selection, and like I said, I'll put his website up where you can see it, where you can order from him. Good heavy piece. Like I said, it's 3D printed. Prices are good on all this stuff. So anyway, I got one of those. The next thing up is actually a marker holder, like the markers I was just showing you, and some of the others. There's all kinds of brands of markers out there. I don't know that this will hold all of them, but the ones I have, I've tried and they hold it. So I may get another one of these just to hold some more of the markers where I have. This shelf right here is really, really cool. I know a lot of you out there have, it goes like this right here. I know Lowe's sells the little bitty miniature toolboxes like at Christmas time, and I think I saw some the other day, and I think Harbor Freight and Northern Tool, the little, I don't know, let me see if I can get my box right here without dropping some stuff. Lay this over here. Should have had this out. But anyway, these little, I've got markers and all in here, but these little handy toolboxes where everybody's getting now. And the way this shelf's made, it hangs on the side, just like that right there. Now when the shelf's on here, you can't close the lid, so you'll have to leave the lid up, but most people do anyway. So anyway, that hangs right there. Again, he's got multiple collars. Let me get this out of the way before I do something, mess up something. So anyway, like I said, great little shelf. It's pretty neat. You can add little extra stuff set right here. I may order another one of them because I've got 2 or 3 of them little small toolboxes. Next up, what I wanted to show you is this handy little, I just call it, well, he's got in here a cement and then panel line accent, but any of these little Tamiya bottles, and in fact some of the other bottles that are out will fit in here probably. I don't know, but I know all of Tamiya's does. So I have a lot of the Tamiya stuff, the panel line thinner, well, panel line collar. Again, all these bottles are the same, so they're pretty neat because it keeps from knocking that stuff over on the workbench. I've actually done that once or twice. Go to put the lid back on it and knock it over or something. So anyway, wanted to show you those. Again, I may get another one of those to have a couple of them sitting around. And then the last thing I ordered from him, and when you order this, you actually get 2 of them, just like this right here. And these are for the Tamiya paint bottles. And this is the ones I have in here are the 32, let's see here. I think it's my glasses aren't reading that good. 32 or 33 fluid ounce. It's a little small bottle, not the big Tamiya bottles. The big one would fit in there, but it's not much place, so I think it's just mainly your smaller bottles right here. But anyway, again, these are good if you've got your paint sitting on the on your workbench. If you got 2 or 3 bottles out, keep from knocking it over. I know I'm always worried about that when I have a bottle sitting here. So anyway, but you get 2 of them. And this piece right here is one of the pieces that you can actually mount to the wall. He's got a couple holes in here, and they're watered out so you can get a screw in there, countersunk. It'll mount to the wall if you wanted to do that for storage. You know, you could start lining them up on the wall like that right there. I'm just going to use mine sitting on the bench to keep my paint in as I'm using it. So anyway, again, those are from Matt Hickey, and he's got some other great items on there too. Again, I'll put the website up. You can go to his website, check everything out, see what all he does have. Those are just the items where I bought. But anyway, again, just a short bench update here today. I'll try to get back to doing a box review Sunday here pretty soon here. I know we don't have no shows. I don't till probably towards the end of July is the next one I have, actually 1st of August. I'm actually going to be home for a while. So anyway, just want to thank everybody for the subs, the comments, thank yous, the likes, and with that, let's get building.